Hey guys, thank you for joining us on this little video. Pastor Scott wanted us to get a little info out to you, maybe give you a little tour. As many of you may know, a few months ago we purchased the St. Paul Builders property here beside the food bank in Castlewood. We have some plans that we'll talk about, what we're going to do with this property. And right now the first phase is here in the old store building itself. And it's being worked on and renovated and going to turn into our fellowship hall. So let's go in and see what it looks like right now. Well, here we are inside the old St. Paul Builders and Supply store. This is just inside the front door looking towards the back. A lot of renovation going on, so it's not neat, but it does look completely different than the way it used to. We'll go around and show here in a minute, but the walls have been sheetrocked and painted. The tiles, ceiling tiles, some have been replaced. All the others have been cleaned. We've got all kinds of things going on. We'll head back towards the offices in a little bit, the old offices, and show you what it's going to look like and what it looks like now. If you remember, right here is where the employees were. This is the little section, the little island like where you go up and pay or charge. Or when I was a kid, and a lot of you remember this, you'd come in, you'd get one of those free Charms blow pops, and it was like the highlight of the day. But that's where that's set. And on back through there, you had the linoleum rolls. Over here you had shelves, and over here you had shelves. But this is going to be our fellowship hall. It's going to have a full kitchen in the back, big nice one set up. Going to have seating arrangements and all that. Maybe a little stage over in the corner so we can play music or do Bible studies and such as that, whatever. It's also possibly, now we're in the very early stages of this, but possibly will be used as a temporary sanctuary later down the road. Like I say, if we move off the hill before the new sanctuary is complete, something like that. But that's all tentative. This is a long-term plan. So it's not going to be done next week, but things are getting done. And we'll go around out back and show you where the new community center will be, and then show you where the new sanctuary will be, and then we'll come back in here for a little bit. Some of y'all may have been in this building back when the store was open. This is behind the main store up on the hill. It was used for storage and had some lumber and stuff in it. You may have had to come in here before when you come to get supplies or something. But what we're going to do is turn this into a community center. We're going to have a basketball court, maybe some other workout things, and some other leisure type activities for our youth to use and for our local community youth to use and the community as a whole. So this will be a big, big plus once we get everything rolling with it. Y'all remember Grover from Sesame Street? Near far. Behind me is the side of the old funeral home, the one that burned down. I'm sure a lot of us remember coming there, even the old one before the one up here closer to the fairgrounds was open. Right now it's just a bunch of trees and shrubs and junk and a big hole in the ground. But this will be the site of the new sanctuary church building. This will include all the offices and Sunday school rooms and the sanctuary itself. So it's going to look completely different when this is all said and done. The hill right now that I'm standing on, the old parking lot, if you'll remember, is sloped like that a little bit. We're going to cut down maybe, make it a little more level, and have the main part of the church campus right here behind me. Here we are in the back of the building. It's the old offices, the area I'm standing at right here in this window that's in front of me. If you had a charge account and was coming to make a payment or settle it up, this is where you came to. And to get your lumber, you would get the receipt and go up on top of the hill before it got loaded. But this is the old office area. There's been a wall that's knocked down. This is going to be the kitchen area of the fellowship hall. It will be all spread out around through here. There's still another room on the other side. Behind me, we have a couple of small offices that's already being utilized. And I'll turn the camera around here in just a minute and show you a shot of the blueprints. preliminary blueprints for what we're going to do here. Okay, so I hope this is showing up pretty good for you on the screen. I can't really tell what it's going to look like at the moment, but this is our preliminary plans for this building, which will be the fellowship hall. This area right here is as you come in the old front doors, and this is where all the shelves and the island where you paid and all that was. That is seating areas. Over here against this wall will be the little stage I talked about. And then where we're standing right now, where you just saw us at before, right here will be the kitchen area. We're going to have, the back will be your ovens and your stove and things like that. And over against the far wall, the sink. Here in the middle is an island for food prep and putting things together. And then, as I said before, we have two small offices that we'll check out here shortly, right here. And on the other side of that is the hallway where the old bathrooms is. So the bathrooms have been redone and all looking good in there. And then, of course, over here we just have the mechanical and electrical room where the breaker boxes and all that stuff is. And then a little offshoot for storing tables and chairs that may be needed at a later date. These two doors here, one to each side of me, are the entrances to the two little small offices I was talking about. Now, they're not dressed up yet and, everything moved in, but they are being utilized as part-time off-site offices. I know the Board of Trustees sometimes hold their meetings down here. And with the lights on in this office, so somebody may be in here. Let's go see.
Praise the Lord. How's everybody doing? It's been a while since I've checked in with you like this, but wanted to just take a little time and just share with you a little bit what's going on with us at Morning Star. God opened a big door for us, one thing that we've been praying about for a while. We now own 5 acres of land, roadfront property on Highway 58 now, and we have the food bank, which has already been there, the Roger Jesse Community Food Bank, which is for the community. And we were also able to buy the next part of the land joined to that for our new edifice. And we were also blessed to be able to buy the old St. Paul Builders building and buy all that land. So that gives us 5 acres of land. And some beautiful things are coming for us, not only for us, but for the community. I'm now, and I think Steve gave you a little tour of everything and all the property. And so you see that we're working now on our fellowship hall and getting this ready. We're also going to have a activity building behind this, which I hope the trustees will let me call it Omega Community Center. Now, I'm not sure they're going to let me call it that, but that we have a gym and maybe some ping pong, volleyball. That will also be NC4C's headquarters. We have a special place set up for them. Then we're also going to build a new church here on this property. So everything will be down here on this property. We have a large place for a picnic area and playground. And so not only is it going to be a blessing for us, but it's going to be a blessing to the community. And this is just another door that God has opened as we continue to trust Him. Our mission statement from the beginning when I was in the basement was, lining up with the Word of God and loving people with the love of Jesus Christ. And that's what we've tried to do. We've tried to line up with God's Word from Genesis to Revelations, and then love people with the love of Jesus. When I say love people, that means everybody, not just our church family, but everybody. And I believe truly because of this that God has blessed us, and now He's taken us to a whole nother level. And so everything that's happening here is going to be a real blessing for the church, but it's going to be a real blessing to the community. I can't say that enough. And so we're hoping that we can do even more, and we'll be right here beside the food bank, and then everything else that you see happening is we're just excited with what God is doing. Also wanted to let you know about some of the things that are coming up in the next month, and just one thing. This Sunday coming, we're going to be baptizing at Sandbar on the River, So anyone that wants to come down and be a part of that after church, probably around about 1 o'clock, we'll be baptizing. But on July the 10th, we will be having our church anniversary. That will be 32 years. I'm thinking it will be 32 years in the ministry. Reverend Pastor Jeff Sams, the associate pastor, Glade Morgan, who is also a member of Soul's Journey. He's going to be our speaker that morning. Then we'll be having dinner right after the morning service in our fellowship hall. So if you got time, please come and be with us, and let's just have a great time of fellowship in the Lord as we celebrate 32 years of ministry. Man, He's brought us a mighty long ways, and what a blessing. And we've tried to focus on Jesus, Matthew 6:33, seek ye first the kingdom of God, and all these things will be added to you. When we were getting this place, Larry kept looking over here, our trustee looking over here. He said, if we get that place, so we'll have 5 acres of land on the road front. And I said, wow. And little did we know that the Lord was going to open that door for us to do just that. And so that's what we have right now, and we just thank God for it. So we keep our eyes on Jesus. We're looking to Him, realizing that God's got this. So again, we give God all praise and thanks for what He's doing. And we just really want to make a difference in the community and be a blessing to everyone that we can. So you guys continue to pray for us. We're always doing something here. You see somebody here, you're more than welcome to come by, stop and help, and do a little something. And it may take us a little while. Maybe it won't take us too long. I think this part here, that the fellowship hall, we may have it up and running pretty soon. But again, we just give God praise. Hey, I just got one thing to tell you. Hey, we love you, and ain't nothing you can do about it. God bless all of you.